The Danish officer saw a German prisoner holding a German flag and immediately reversed his vehicle. He then shouted to the prisoner and tore the Nazi flag out of his hands. At this point, Germany had already surrendered, and the captured soldiers were too afraid to speak, only watching as the officer beat the prisoner. When one prisoner tried to intervene, he was also beaten. Eventually, these prisoners were sent to the west coast of Denmark to clear the 2 million landmines that the German forces had buried years earlier. Most of them were underage, and some had never even been to the battlefield. The officer then explained the structure of the landmines and began practical training. Soon, the first soldier walked into the detonation zone with a landmine. He carefully placed the mine on the ground, unscrewed the cap, and pulled out the fuse, successfully disarming the mine. The second prisoner went in next. Too afraid to disarm it, he hesitated for over 10 minutes. The Danish officer outside grew impatient, walked into the zone, and ordered the soldier to leave, but the soldier refused. The officer had no choice but to walk out and tell everyone to cover their ears. To the officer's surprise, the soldier walked out with the mine intact. Suddenly, a loud explosion rang out as the third prisoner failed to disarm the mine. The German prisoners who passed the test were then assigned to various minefields. The soldiers lay on the beach in a line, carefully prodding the sand with iron rods. Soon, one boy discovered a mine. He carefully brushed away the sand, slowly unscrewed the cap, removed the detonator, and successfully disarmed the mine. The day's work went smoothly, and the boys successfully disarmed over 100 mines, filling them with hope of returning home. However, soon the boys grew weak from lack of food. One boy approached the officer to ask for some food but was refused. So, that night, he sneaked out to find something to eat. They finally had a full meal that day, but the next day, one boy suddenly began vomiting uncontrollably while clearing mines. His teammate tried to help, but the vomit triggered a mine, blowing off the boy's hands. His painful screams echoed across the beach. The Danish officer came over, gave him a sedative, and the boy stopped crying. He then called an ambulance to take the boy to the hospital. Soon after, other boys also began to have stomachaches. The boy who had stolen the food confessed to the officer that, having not eaten for days, he had snuck to a farm and stolen some horse feed, which had made everyone sick. The officer went to the farm and asked the farmer about the black particles in the horse trough. The farmer, with a sly smile, admitted that she had mixed rat droppings into it. After finding out the cause, the officer had the boy fetch a bucket of seawater and made the others drink it to vomit out the rat droppings. They then washed themselves with cold water, which saved the group. Do you think these boys, who had never been to the battlefield, should atone for the sins of their fathers?